Hello, my name's Tom. Welcome back to my channel where we look at news, reviews and rides going on in the PV community. On this very special episode, we're taking a look at the brand new Kaly XLR. So let's check it out. So this board is boasting some absolute monster specifications, so we're going to go into those now. So first of all, the battery. Now the battery for this board is a massive 18S 8P 21700 cell configuration, and it is absolutely insane range on this board. I can't wait to test that and see what range we're really getting on this board. Next thing we're going to look at is the motors. Now the motors on this board are 63-100 motors. They're massive, they're like Coke cans, so about this long, they're enormous. So that means hopefully we're going to get some really nice smooth high speeds, add some nice acceleration as well, taking the battery in consideration as well. Other features to be making note of is the wheels, which are absolutely ridiculous. They're 8 inches by 3 inches. They're this big, this wide. They're just gigantic. With those wheels as well, the hubs are absolutely machined to perfection. They are looking the absolute dog's nads, and I'm really excited to see how these things look when you're spinning up at high speeds. But this board's hubs and wheels are ridiculous. Everything is ridiculous on this board, basically, is what you want to go with, right? The hubs are built really well. Another thing as well, the biggest feature on this board is that the dust caps are on the outside. Now that is a big thing, because we've had it before where dust caps are the inside, which are an absolute nightmare to take off. Next thing we look at is the drive system. So on this, we've got metal on metal. Sounds absolutely the business, even stationary. But yeah, it's a metal on metal gear drive system. So you've got infinite amount of durability with those gears. We've had gears before on other boards, which are POM, which are fine. They work really well. But with metal on metal gears, you've got that long life expectations to have on your gear drives. Now I've spoken to Ernesto before, and he said on his drive, he's had like tens of thousands or ridiculous miles on his gear drive. If you look on the Kaly forums, you very, very rarely see any faults with their boards. I've looked, I haven't seen any problem. Obviously before buying this board, I wanted to make sure that I was going to get a good quality product, and they seem really, really good on the forums. So the gears drive is metal on metal, so that's got nice durability with that as well. What I love about this board as well is on the hubs, there's these little kind of like holes, which kind of like for nipples, which go onto the gear drive itself. So what in essence all you need to do, if you ever get a flat tire, all you've got to do is take out one nut, and then the hub will come off the gear drive. The nipples will be left on the drive itself. You put a brand new wheel back on it, so you've got no time messing about. I put a new wheel straight on it, and then you've got a brand new wheel straight away. And that works all over the board. So if the front wheel goes, the rear wheel goes, it doesn't matter, because all you need to do is simply take off that single exterior nut, put a new hub on, and then off you go in seconds. I can't imagine a faster system, so that's really great to see, because we've had it before with gear drives where the nut will go all the way through the hub into the gear drives. You need a whole toolkit to take it apart. In this, you need to just take the axle nut off, put a new hub on, and you're way to go. Next thing we're going to talk about is the lights. So the lights are just, this is what all boards should have as a standard. There's a lot of things that are on this board, really complex but really simple for the user's experience. Now I think this is the year where in this sport we're going to have simpler products for the user experience. None of this kind of, you need 10,000 tools and degree in engineering to take the board apart. It's all simple stuff. So with the front of this as well, you've got these massive, I believe they're 3,500 lumen lights each. So basically you've got the half the sun at the front of your board, which will light up the whole road, which is absolutely ridiculous. Also as well, you've got incorporated rear lighting. So that has 3 sensors as well. So you can have it low, medium and high, which feed off the battery on the board. Now I don't understand why more boards don't do this. You've got a massive battery here. Why do we need exterior lights? Why can't it just feed off the battery? So that's nice to have those incorporated as well. And for me, the deck as well, it's a new deck design from Kaly. It's really, really long, really, really wide, and there's almost like a mild concave in the middle, so it goes around the arch of your foot, so that's a really nice thing as well. So you've always real estate to move your feet about and don't feel like you're going to slip off anywhere, which is really great to see. You've obviously got the logo in the middle. It looks the absolute business. I've always loved the Kaly logo. I think it's one of the nicest designs out there. And we've also got the really nice signature from Ernesto himself in the middle as well, which is fantastic. Now for me, I want to say the biggest thing on here, which I absolutely love, is the Eletric stabilization system. Now I don't know what kind of wizardry this is. So basically, when you turn the board on, listen to this. I don't know if you're going to hear this. Hopefully you caught that. It's almost humming. You hear that as well? So basically the stabilization, as you spin the wheels up, the stabilization engages, which means that at lower speeds, you've got that nice carviness ride that you'll absolutely love. And then when you increase your speed, it tightens everything up, and then you can absolutely send this thing to absolutely anywhere. It's absolute rocket. So you've got that stabilization. I'm just gonna turn it off again, and you're able to hear it come off. So that's now off. So that's really nice as well. It's got this nice simple shot blocks design, which I believe which is similar to like the MBS truck system, but obviously you've got that stabilization and a wider footprint. So for people who like the MBS trucks and you want a bit more stability at higher speeds, this is going to be perfect for you. So it's just that thing alone is the thing that's excited me absolutely most about this board, because obviously big batteries we've had before on the channel. We haven't had motors this big before. Incorporating lights, however, we haven't had that before. But what I love about this board is there's a lot of companies out there that release new boards, and all they are just a very minimal update on the board. Now every single component on this board is new. I can't think of anything. So you've got a brand new deck, brand new enclosure. The gear drive has been adapted, so obviously I don't know if it's exactly the same gear drive, so I might be wrong on this one, but you've got new motors. Actually it is going to be a different gear drive, because now we've got metal on metal gear drives now, which is great. New hubs, which are absolutely machined to perfection. Brand new wheels, and just amazing. So we're going to look at some of the accessories that come with the board now. First accessory we're going to look at is the remote. Now the remote on this board is the Hoyt Puck. Now, if you haven't tried the Hoyt Puck already, I think this is the nicest remote out there in the market right now. The only gripe I have with this remote is the ergonomics and the kind of like housing for this remote. You can get third-party alternatives, which I will be getting at some point, because I seem to find at a long range, when your little finger is here, you sometimes get like a fatigue in this little finger with the weight of it. It is fine, it is a great remote as it is, but obviously everyone's hands are different. Now, if you are interested in third parties, there's the Puck Bruce, which is the one I will be getting, which I really like. Alternatively, you've got the Batwing, so there's quite a few options to look at, and there's loads of different colours out there for third party options. So this is an absolute fantastic remote. What I like about it as well, it's got that metal like tip, so it feels nice, good quality. And the reason why this remote is so good, it's the safest remote out there, simply as that. It does an infinite amount of connections, so you've always got connection with the board, so you're not going to get those random disconnections that we all fear, so that's really great to see. I have had at least 4 boards, and I still use 4 boards which has this remote, and I've never once had a disconnection ever. So I have 100% faith in this remote. Great remote. The next thing we're going to look at is the little, and I say not, charger. Now this thing, it's like a shoebox. It's enormous, and it's got its own dedicated handle for the weak handle people out there. So this thing is gigantic. It is a 16 amp? Yes, 16 amp charger. So basically you can either power your XLR or run a Tesla Model X off this charger. The charger is absolutely mental big. In my opinion, to be honest, I would have preferred a slightly cheaper price to get a smaller charger and then having the option for a large charger. Because for me personally, obviously when you're going out for a group ride or going out all day, you're not going to need to charge, let's be honest. But if you feel like you needed to charge, you're not going to want to put this in your backpack, because it would be the entire backpack. So what I would like to see if they can release is, say, you have a smaller stock charger as an option. Alternatively, can you get yourself a smaller travel charger? So if this is standard, having an additional travel charger for, like, say, a 10 amp charger would be fantastic. So that's a really great thing to see. But obviously this thing is going to charge the board up in a few hours, if that. which would be mental. Looking inside as well, you do get some accessories as well. And like I said, all this stuff is simple design. One little thing, and it's all about the details, I think, with this board. And there's nothing here which I've felt is poor quality or kind of a oversight, just done it for the sake of it. You get really nice dust caps, metal ones, which are great. So they go onto the valve, so they're branded, they look the absolute business. You get loads of spare bearings, and these bearings are gigantic. I'm not going to take them out, but you get a set of 8 additional bearings, so they will go into the hub. So next set of bearings are sorted. You get yourself a set of extra shot blocks. So these ones come in a clear and a green. I believe the clear is the softer one and the green is the harder one. So you've got the kind of adjustability that if you want to do, that's great to see. And also as well, you get the charger for your remote. That's pretty much it though. One thing to make note of that I haven't said already, you do actually get this board in 2 parts because the absolute scale of the board is just mental. So on Kaly's channel, which I'll put a link down below, it will show instructions on how to assemble the trucks and the wheels to your board. Now that might sound very intimidating. Me, I have been skating a long time, but I am not great on the engineering side of things. I don't know enough. But what I like about that, when I heard it, I was like, great, I've got to put this board together. But when I looked at the video and the breakdown that Ernesto went through, super simple, loads of clear instructions, and it's really easy to do. And that's really good for yourself because, for example, the parts that are not assembled are the wear and tear elements. You'll get the deck as a complete, and then you need to put the trucks on front and back, and then connect the cables to for the motors at the back, attach the lights to the front and back, and then put just some shrink wrap around that as well. May seem quite intimidating, but what's good about that is now you understand how to replace parts on parts that may deteriorate along the way. So it's really great for someone who says, oh, I've got a motor go wrong, what can I do? And then the bullet connectors are on the outside, so if you have the motor go wrong, you would just disassemble the gear drive, take the motor off, and you're away to go. So what's good about that is support going down the line. If something goes, for example, I don't know, a bushing needs to be replaced, you know how to do that because you've done that yourself already, so that's a great thing. To kind of get some education on how to use your board as a maintenance side of things as well. So that concludes our unboxing of the epic Kaly XLR. This video has been a little bit long, so what we're going to do is we was aiming to do a first ride impressions in this video, but because of the length of this video, we're going to separate that into next week's video. So if you're not subscribed, subscribe now because that will be coming out next week's. Anything you want me to cover next week, put in the comments below and we'll cover that on the first ride video next week. But I want to say thank you very much for watching. Subscribe for more content. It comes out on a weekly basis, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.